Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the biggest catastrophes committed by brands you and I know very well. And it's mind-boggling just how much billions these brands manage to lose, and also at the same time, ruining their reputation. Most of these brands actually did manage to make a recovery. Of course, there is one brand that's quite stubborn and doesn't want to recover. We're going to talk about all that and more today, so let's dive right in. First on the list is Toyota's sticky brakes scandal. Total damage, $3.2 billion. What happens when a small flaw turns into a major safety hazard? In 2009, a man called 911 and told them that he couldn't stop his Toyota and that the brakes in his car just isn't working. The call quickly went viral and the story just blew up overnight.
We're in trouble. There's no brake. We're approaching intersection. Hold on.
There were reports of about 90 total deaths that occurred from Toyota's gas pedal being stuck and the brakes not working. As a result of this, Toyota had to pay $1.2 billion in fines for covering up safety issues that they supposedly knew. The floor mat was to blame for the issue, but it actually accounted for a very small portion of the total accidents. The Wall Street Journal actually later revealed that most of the issues were human error. People accidentally just pressing down on the wrong pedal. Crazy, right? The recall cost Toyota $2 billion and another $1.2 in fines, totaling to $3.2 billion in damages. Now, for a company like Toyota, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. However, it is a damage to their reputation that actually hurts them a lot more. Toyota then promised to heavily invest in quality control and improve their customer service, which they actually kept to their promise. And eventually, their reputation was restored. Good job, Toyota. Next on the list is the Samsung Galaxy Note 7 recall. Total damage, $5.2 billion. What do you do when your phone becomes a fire hazard? That's a question Samsung had to answer back in 2016 when their Galaxy Note 7 decided to spontaneously burst on fire. Shortly after its release, reports started to emerge that the Note 7's battery were prone to overheating and exploding. Here are some facts and figures. The recall and discontinuation cost Samsung an estimated $5.3 billion. Over 2.5 million devices were recalled globally. Samsung's market cap dropped by $26 billion within weeks of the recall being announced. Despite a swift recall and replacement program, the incident significantly impacted Samsung's reputation for quality. Obviously, if your phone blew up and actually caused severe damage to the left side of your face, personally, I wouldn't use that brand again. Number 5 on the list is Crowdstrike's outage incident, which occurred July of 2024 this year. Damage comes out to about $5.4 billion. Imagine waking up one day and all the computers in your company are just down, all your systems just down, all because you were using Windows and the company that you had entrusted to protect your machine released an update that actually shuts down and causes all this headaches for you. The software update led to significant malfunction, causing widespread disruption for all of Crowdstrike's clients. This incident impacted major corporations, government agencies, leading to an estimated $5.4 billion in damages due to the downtime, the losses, and the data integrity. They faced a PR nightmare with their stock dropping 23% almost immediately right afterward. So, what did they do? Here's some numbers just so you have some idea on just how massive of a failure this is on CrowdStrike's part. 124 out of the 500 Fortune companies were affected by this. That's roughly about a quarter of them. It is estimated that each company lost about $143 million, and that's just the average. The most affected industry was actually healthcare, coming at number 1, losing at about $1.9 billion from the downtime. Number 2 was banking, losing about $1.1 billion. The CEO is expected to appear before Congress to explain exactly what the hell happened. Now, despite a swift response and an apology from the CEO, the incident raised serious concerns about the reliability of cybersecurity providers. This event serves as a stark reminder of how even the most secure systems can fail spectacularly. Well, in this case, especially if you're using Windows. Moving on to number 4 on the list, we have the Boeing 737 MAX catastrophe. Total damage, $20 billion. A plane crash is devastating, but 2 plane crashes in less than 6 months apart, that's a catastrophe. In 2019, 2 Boeing 737 MAX planes tragically crashed, killing 346 people. Boeing pled guilty to fraud, conspiracy, and agreed to pay $2.5 billion settlement. The total estimated damage from the disaster reached a staggering $20 billion for Boeing. Boeing again faced a massive hit to the reputation, with the 737 MAX grounded globally for nearly 2 years. Here are some facts and figures. The immediate cost to Boeing was around $5 billion when these 2 events took place. The company had grounded over 390 planes worldwide, costing an additional $20 billion in the aftermath. Boeing's stock price plummeted by 25%, and the company faced numerous lawsuits and regulatory scrutiny. This event didn't just hurt Boeing financially, it severely damaged their reputation as a leader in aviation. Now, did Boeing learn the lesson and actually took steps to recover? Sort of. No, not really. We'll get to that. Now on to number 3 on the list, we have the Volkswagen emissions scandal that cost the company $33 billion in damages and God knows how much in reputation. Here's what happens when cheating backfires. It can cost you billions and more. Here we have the Volkswagen emissions scandal, also known as Dieselgate. In 2015, it was revealed that Volkswagen had installed software in their diesel cars to cheat emission tests, giving them a much better score than what they actually were delivering. Here's some facts and figures. Volkswagen faced fines and legal costs amounting to about $33 billion. The scandal affected over 11 million vehicles worldwide. Volkswagen's stock price dropped by nearly 40% in the months following the revelation. This scandal didn't just cost Volkswagen a lot of money, it also completely shattered consumers' trust in the brand. Speaking of trust, you know who doesn't shatter consumers' trust? Penji. Penji is the modern way brands, agencies, and fast-growing companies are actually getting their creatives done. Gone are the days of staying up late to manage freelancers or trying to find enough work just to justify the full-time person you just hired. Penji is a fully managed creative solution that lets you work with the top 2% of the best talents in the world without having to deal with the vetting, hiring, and firing process in case that person doesn't work out. With Penji, you'll be working with a dedicated team who will study yours or your client's brands so they can deliver world-class ad creatives, animations, illustrations, presentations, and whatever else you might need. Imagine how much time it would take to onboard and get everybody up to speed and ready to produce on-brand quality work. With Penji, it takes just 5 minutes and costs a fraction of the payroll for a fully stacked team. We're so confident in our service that we're offering a 30-day money-back guarantee just to make sure that Penji is the right fit for you. If you like the graphics, animations, and editing that you see in this video thus far, that's our work. Head over to penji.co and schedule a demo today. Number 2 on the list is BP's Deepwater Horizon oil spill, valued at $65 billion in terms of damages. I say value because nobody knows how much it actually cost them. Figure, probably way higher. What happens when a small explosion turns into the worst environmental disaster in human history? Well, let's ask BP. Do you guys still remember the BP oil spill that took place in 2010? It was the largest environmental disasters in recorded human history, spilling estimated 134 million barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico and caused 11 deaths. The cost to clean up and everything came out to about $65 billion, and BP's stock price dropped by over 50%. Here's something interesting. Within 5 years, BP actually managed to make a significant recovery. They did this by selling off $45 billion in assets to cover the cost of the cleanup, the legal and all that stuff, and also decided to invest heavily in renewable energy. BP also launched a massive PR campaign focused on their commitment to safety and the environment. In 2016, their stock actually rebounded, and they had actually regained the public's trust, as shocking as that sounds. Here are some estimated figures. The cleanup alone cost about $14 billion. BP had to set up a $20 billion compensation fund for all the victims and the environmental damage that they caused. The total financial impact on BP was estimated at $65 billion, including fines, legal settlements, and cleanup costs. This disaster not only devastated and impacted the environment, but it also led to a significant drop in BP's market value and trust. Fortunately, BP did stay true to their words and make a quick recovery, unlike the next company we're going to talk about. And now, we've arrived at number 1. And guess who's on this list? Once again, Boeing. Not to be outdone, Boeing is here to claim yet another spot on the list of the biggest catastrophic failures by brands. Just how badly did you mess up to make the list twice? Come on, Boeing. The damage this time is so immense that there's no number you could put on this, so I just put complete knockout here. As if the $20 billion loss in 2019 wasn't enough, throughout 2023 and 2024, Boeing continued to have issue after issue relating to their quality control. Boy, let's list them out. First, we have the door of an Alaskan airline airplane flinging off due to a door plug issue. Then there were quality issues that arise from the 787 Dreamliner, which halted the production of the entire fleet. Because that just wasn't enough quality control issues, now we have the quality issues with the 337NG model. This issue here might be less known to the public. It's the quality issue relating to their KC-46A tanker planes. It's basically a government vehicle. I really don't think anyone can trust Boeing again. Did you know that Boeing makes a lot of their money from government contracts, one of which is for the KC-46A Pegasus tanker plane? Basically, it's a giant plane that can be used for refueling, transporting, or whatever else the military needs it to do. The quality issues on the KC-46 tanker cost Boeing roughly about $7 billion. Honestly, for their pocket, it's not that much. But that's actually nothing compared to the damage to their reputation, especially now that everyone knows Boeing will absolutely forgo quality, risk your life just to make higher margins. Let's not forget to mention the engineers who decided to come out and testify against Boeing seems to be getting picked off one by one. The first one supposedly killed himself the day before he was scheduled to testify. Another engineer died after catching a mysterious illness. The third whistleblower that we know of is now fearing for their life. I don't know about you, but I have absolutely no clue how Boeing is going to recover from this one. And there you have it, folks. Some of the most expensive brand catastrophes in history. These incidents serve as a stark reminder that even some of the biggest companies can face monumental challenges. Now, if you found this video interesting, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell icon for more insightful content just like this one. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.